Welcome to my revamped podcast called Too Many Open Tabs. If you didn't know, I used to have a podcast 4 years ago. It was called Nuggets of Life with Juliet, where I tried to capture slices of life moments. With the revamp, it is now called Too Many Open Tabs. Pick one thing and start. There are so many people in my life, and I believe around the world, who want to do cool things, whether it is become more creative, find a hobby, or maybe even start your own business. But when it comes to actually doing the thing, we get in our own way. I know I definitely do as a first-time entrepreneur. I don't have the LLC set up, so I can't do content creation just yet. Really? Is number 1 a prerequisite for number 2? No. I just wanted to give myself an out. Even over the last few months being a first-time entrepreneur, I have learned so much, whether it is learning more about content creation and the detail that it takes, or even thinking about questions like, what point should I just buy a product that can help me with this task? Or even evaluating options of what to buy. It's been a crazy journey already, but there is still so much that I want to do. I have been able to navigate the problems that I've been running into, or skills that I'm learning because somebody else out there said, I'm just going to create this content in case this could be helpful for somebody else. So I want to pay it forward. In each episode, I'll talk about what I've learned, as well as the problems that I'm currently navigating. I hope you join me along for the ride. The main thing that I'm focused on these days is content creation, whether that is for my personal brand or for my company, Waylu. Y'all, I made 2 YouTube videos for Waylu and did not know how difficult sound design was going to be. The first video that I created for Waylu is part of a series I'm calling Fun-ish Mandarin Lessons, or FML for short. That video is a lot more educational and cut and dry, so there wasn't much sound design that I really had to do. The second video that I created for Waylu, completely different. It's a video where I talk about why traveling in China is difficult for foreigners. After I did the initial rough cut, the video still felt very slow and heavy. And that's because I did not add any sound design to it. So then I started looking up sound effects and background music on Epidemic Sound. I thought I would be done in an hour, but it took me over 5 hours because I was obsessing over every single detail. This sound effect doesn't have the right tone. I don't know how to find this specific sound effect. At one point, I just had to say, stop. You're just going to publish this video as is, and we'll get better over time. It was through this experience where I realized I need to have an organization system that'll help me become more efficient. So after I published the second video, I started organizing my background music and sound effects. This is my current organization system, which I will refine as I go along. For music, I separated them into no vocals and vocal. And then I would classify it by a vibe. Some examples are, I have a folder called Calm and Chill. Another one is Groovy. Another one is reflective. So that way when I look at a piece of video, I know this is what I want the viewers to feel and just go to that folder with that vibe. For the sound effects, the organization still feels chaotic to me. I started off by identifying specific folders based on what the sound effects is. Is it a whoosh? Is it a ring? Anything that's left over, I tried to find similarities. So that's how I ended up with some folders called Human Asterisk Reactions. Towards the end, I was so tired, I just threw everything else into jingles and longer effects. Something else that I have learned is that branding is an ongoing conversation, especially in the early days of starting something new. If you're watching the video, I am showcasing all of the variations of Waylu logo we have gone through so far. Most of these logos say Waylu Travel. When my partners and I were thinking about building a business that bridges the East and the West, we naturally thought about travel, but we never intended to be a travel agency or a booking platform first and foremost. However, we didn't know how to describe what we exactly wanted to do. Funnily enough, anytime I talked about Waylu Travel, people naturally associated with a travel agency or a travel booking platform. That's when I learned the importance of branding and positioning. So after discussions with my business partner, we decided to take out the word travel for now. In doing so, it gives us a lot more freedom to identify and categorize ourselves. I want to share with you a resource that I've been using as I'm thinking about this branding and positioning problem. And that is this, I think you would call them a think tank, Category Pirates. This is how they define themselves on their About Me. The most powerful companies and leaders in the world don't win by being better. They became category kings and queens by creating entirely new markets. At Category Pirates, we show you how to do exactly that. You'll learn category design, the discipline behind shaping markets, creating new demand, and becoming known for a niche you own. Think of it as business and career strategy for radically different thinkers. I have so many open tabs right now of their work because every single piece is gold. No fat involved. If you are interested in learning more about strategy and the way you think about it, I highly recommend checking them out. The next problem is something that I'm thinking through this upcoming week. I am looking to integrate AI, specifically Claude agents, into my workflow. I have already made one attempt at it. It didn't go so well because I was missing a very key step, which I didn't notice until way too late. If you want to integrate AI into your workflows seamlessly, you actually have to spend time and think about what workflows need integration right now. And then how are you going to build that system so that AI can really do its thing without too much manual intervention? It's a systems and process problem, not just a prompting problem. So what I want out of my AI, useful Claude agents that would help me out as a first-time entrepreneur. I'm saying the word useful because what I'm looking for is output from Claude agents that's 80% there, and I could do the last 20%. I also don't want to spend too much time babysitting AI. And last but not least, I want to efficiently use the AI that I already pay for because those subscriptions are not cheap. I'm thinking through what should the agents do? What are their roles and responsibilities? How they should act? And further divide this into all agent-wide knowledge versus knowledge for a specific task or a function. Also, keep things MECE, M-E-C-E, mutually exclusive, collectively exhaustive. This makes it so much easier to maintain all of these agents. I'll keep you guys updated on this. I was doing some research on Claude AI agents, and I found out that Claude is launching a partner program. I thought it is a fantastic opportunity for me to learn and then apply it to my own business. So I wanted to share it with you guys too. I'm going to be going through this learning path with my dad, which is kind of exciting because he, despite being a software engineer, surprisingly is not all caught up in AI agents or even Claude, but he's interested in the topic. It'll be fun taking classes with him like we're classmates. Definitely check it out if you are interested as well. Final thing for this week's episode. I wanted to share this interview with Daniel Batal, who is one of the best educators on DaVinci Resolve. If you don't know, DaVinci Resolve is an editing tool. It is amazing, but it's kind of intimidating when you first get into it. Daniel has this YouTube short series called DaVinci Resolve for Noobs, and it has helped answer 99% of all my questions. In this interview, he talks about how he approaches YouTube Shorts. A lot of people, including myself, believe that the goal of short form content is to drive people into your long form content. Daniel thinks differently. Really great interview, lots of food for thought. If you're interested, you can find this video on YouTube. All right, that's it for this week's episode. I hope you guys stay along for the ride. If you want to work a problem out loud together, then email community@bala, that's BALA, -house.com.